How's it going, everybody? My name is Johnny, and today I want to make a video for you guys talking about this Klein mini ratchet and multi-bit driver set. Now, the main reason I want to make this video is because I knew these tools existed per se, but I never knew they sold it in a set. And personally, I think this is a really awesome set to get into for what you get. You can use all these tools together, which is really great, and you can also use it with your drill. So personally, I never owned a Klein tool. This is the first one I ever bought, and I think this is just a great way to kind of get into the Klein world, getting their mini ratchet and their stubby. Now, a quick little backstory on how I landed on this or found this is that originally I bought this Weehaw mini ratchet bit set, and for what it is, this thing is pretty awesome. It's very popular. A lot of people like this set, including myself. The only problem I had was I didn't find myself really in a situation where I needed a mini ratchet. If I were to use any of these bits, I would prefer them on a regular screwdriver. And I just found myself, I just found these pretty much sitting in the tool bag, not really being used. I wanted to return this and get something else, and that's how I found these online. Now, this I bought on Amazon for about $34, and they offer next day shipping, so that was great. And I know these two things aren't competing versus one another. They're two completely different things for different reasons. But I guess what I was looking for was like a screwdriver that like this. It comes with a screwdriver, and it gives you a little ratchet for in case you need it. It's not like the main tool, but it's great to have in your tool bag in case you do run into the scenarios. This is kind of built around the mini ratchet, but I wish I had a reason to kind of keep this. I think this would be great to have like in your house or in your car, or if you're working on like motorcycles or quads, or anything like that where you're working in tight areas, or you want to have on you while you're riding, or things like that. I think this is a great set. And like I said earlier, these two things aren't competing versus one another, but I am going to compare the ratchets to kind of give you guys an idea in case you already own this and you want to know what the difference is and what I think about it. So as far as what you get here, you get a mini ratchet. You get their bit holder that acts as a holder for some nut drivers as well, and you get the stubby that holds bits as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this for you. Now, I already used this for the last 2 days to see how I'd like it, and it's been great. Absolutely love this set. Like I said, this is my first Klein set of tools, and I'm really happy with this purchase. So right here you get the 12-in-1 stubby. It comes with a bunch of bits stored inside, which is really cool. And also you get this quick connect that lets you connect this right here. And also this fits into the mini ratchet along with all the bits as well. So definitely a cool little set in my opinion. And as far as the ratchet goes, I think it's a really well thought of ratchet. They put a lot of thought into this. For it being a small ratchet, they made it really ergonomical. So when you put this in your hand, this larger part fits really good in your palm to give you more torque. And also, if you're working in those awkward areas, you can kind of get your finger in there and get a real nice torque in any awkward positions that you might be in if you need a small ratchet. Now, the reason why I like this ratchet over this one is that this can be used and is more comfortable for anyone who has average sized hands. This is like just if they took a regular size ratchet and just shrunk it. And if I had really small hands or I was a toddler, this would be okay. But in the real world, people have average sized hands, and I think they just knocked it out of the park with this. It's a mini ratchet. I can't think of any scenario where I'm gonna need this over this because I need something smaller. This is still small, but it gives you, they put more thought into it, being useful for those everyday scenarios. If you're in a real tight area, like I said, you can put your finger in here and get a lot of good torque, or you can reach around and do that. Also, the heads, this is made out of plastic, this is made out of metal, and the jimping is a lot more pronounced here. There's a lot more surface area, so if you need to get a bolt started or a nut started, you can just, you know, do it one finger or two fingers, and you don't really have to think about it or try to focus on getting it on there. It's just a very easy surface area for you to, you know, get that. This one, on the other hand, it's a lot more thinner and it's made out of plastic. Now you can still do it, but it's not as pronounced as this. This is a lot more easier. So definitely, sorry about that. Definitely a great product from Klein, in my opinion. If you're looking for a mini ratchet, this thing is awesome. This one's good also. It's made out of, you know, it's the build quality on this is great as well. I just think this is more practical. That's all it is. And like I said, these two items are not competing versus one another. This is just what I had first that I ended up disliking, that kind of led me to this. So I'm kind of just talking about it in that regards. But this thing is awesome because not only you can use these for, you know, not only are these interchangeable, where you can use this for this or this for that, or you can use the bits on the ratchet, but also this, you can use it on a drill. So the other day I was using the 1/4" nut driver, and I found, you know, this thing was perfect. I had zero issues with it. It's a great size. Now I have seen Klein's other screwdrivers that are much longer, that holds more nut drivers. I found myself feeling, I feel like this is just a perfect size. The other one, in my opinion, it's very long, and if you're using it with your drill and you're working in a tighter area, you know, something this size I think is better for those scenarios. The long one obviously fits more nut drivers on it, but I think this is like perfect for me. And also their regular size screwdriver, when you combine their longer bit holder and the longer handle, I just think that's, you know, a very, you know, large tool in that regard. I think getting the stubby with the smaller shaft, it's just a match made in heaven. And you know, it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife of a screwdriver, in my opinion. Just the form factor, what you get, and then you get the storage. Now the only con I will say about this is when you're using the bits, let's say you're screwing in something, you get a little bit of play before it starts screwing. As you can see there, it's not the end of the world, but you definitely do notice it when you start to use it. That's definitely just, you know, that's probably my only con about it, but it's not the end of the world. It's still a great product. I'm kind of just being picky there, but when I was using this the other day, I was screwing in a screw. I just kept noticing that play, and that's the only thing that kind of came to my mind in terms of what I didn't like about it. But other than that, a really good product, a really good set, in my opinion. There's a bunch of tools out there now, and it's hard to see everything that's out there. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. If you're looking for any of these individually, I recommend just buying the set. And this will be the main tool, but in those random scenarios, or, you know, those one-off scenarios where you may need a ratchet to get in a really tight area, this is a great option. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of this, leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Other than that, peace.